threshold. So threshold is what number? Negative 55 or negative 60. You're going to see both of them. If you write both, either of them, that's fine. You're going to have to do this on the test though. So. And you'll see it on the next slide too. I just like to do it ahead of time. And so once it gets to that, this is the threshold. Once it gets to that, that is the point of no return. And from that threshold, it's going to go through an action potential. So this full thing right here is called depolarization. And it's going to go all the way to positive 30. If you can't see all the way in the back, you can take a picture of it up, right? So it's going to all the way go to positive 30. Once it gets to positive 30, that's too much for it to handle. There's too much sodium in there. Depolarization means sodium in cell. So sodium in cell. That's the reason why it's becoming more positive. And this is also the voltage ones. So that's the ones where I'm touching. So it's going to go pretty fast, right? So that's sodium in the cell. That's depolarization. So once you get to positive 30, something's happening. So it's going to send the signal. Right now it's only at the axon hillock, which is, you'll see it on the next picture. So it's about to get through the axon itself to send the signal, but it hasn't gone anywhere. So it's an action potential that's ready to go somewhere, and it's ready to do something, but we don't know what yet, depending on it. So the next step is it's gonna come down, and this is called repolarization. And at this positive 30 mark, by the way, this is where sodium close and potassium open. And that's voltage. These are both voltage. You'll have to tell me the difference between voltage and chemical. It's usually chemical up to here. And then repolarization happens, which means all of this is the potassium voltage. And what that's going to do is put potassium out cell. So it's trying to send potassium back out the cell. Get out. Remember, there's lots of those leak channels for a reason, lots more potassium. So not only is the leak channels doing it, you also have these voltage ones that are telling it to get out too. And then it's gonna get to the point where it actually can go all the way down to about a negative 90. And once you get to that point, it's called hyperpolarization. So here's where the resting potential is. And this is called hyperpolarization. And at that point, then at all of those voltage gated channels close. Voltage, sodium, already was closed, potassium, all closed. And then, so the sodium and potassium closed, then it's only leak channels. And the leak channels will bring it right back up. So at this point, so this is voltage gated, at this point, it's only leak channels. Which means they're always open. Everything else is closed. Lots more sodium, lots more potassium there is sodium. Negative 7, negative 90, negative 55, positive 30.